the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Hey, check out my new tag team, baby, Monte and the Pharaoh.
Hey, Jimmy, don't forget to tell them about Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast.
Well, you know what, I would, but you already did it.
It's Monte and the Pharaoh.
With Monte and Pharaoh.
The Monte and Pharaoh Show.
Monte and Pharaoh, bro.
Monte and the Pharaoh.
Monte and the Pharaoh. Monte and the Pharaoh.
The Monte and Pharaoh Show.
And you're watching the Monte and Pharaoh Show.
Monte and the Pharaoh.
With Monte and the Pharaoh.
Monte and the Pharaoh.
It's Monte and the Pharaoh.
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 Monte and Pharaoh.
It's Monte and the Pharaoh.
And Monte and the Pharaoh. Oh, is it Monte and the Pharaoh?
Monte and Pharaoh.
The Monte and the Pharaoh Show.
The Monte and the Pharaoh.
To the Monte and the Pharaoh Show. And it's Monte and the Pharaoh, baby.
Watching Monte and the Pharaoh.
With Monte and the Pharaoh. Monte and the Pharaoh. Oh, what a run.
Monte and the Pharaoh.
Monte and the Pharaoh.
Hey, cut the fucking music. When you want the best in professional wrestling, Long Island, there's only one place you're going to get it, right here.
Monte and the Pharaoh. Now, that's not just the coolest, and that's not just the best. That, my friends, is just incredible. Monte and the Pharaoh.
You've got the future Hall of Famer, that rocker, Marty Jannetty, MJ in the house, and I'm sitting here with two more future Hall of Famers, Monte and the Pharaoh. We're doing that stuff and we're gonna rock it.
Straight to the top. We're living this life, not just dreaming it, we're doing it for real. Straight to the top. Working hard every day just to live a better way.
All right, welcome to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast. Monte and the Pharaoh, seen every Thursday from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Welcome back, everybody, live out of Indie Music TV here out of Ronkonkoma, Long Island. At the table is none other than super producer Matt. Matt, how are you?
Great as always.
Matt, Pharaoh, want to talk about some upcoming events next Saturday?
All right, shoot.
We've got... James, well, we've got super producer Eric Sims in house in his first in-studio interview.
This is his first?
I think so.
Really now?
Have you ever YouTubed Eric Sims?
I don't know if I have.
It's pretty interesting.
Really
Yeah,
now?
it's going to be
Wait
a
a
good
minute,
show.
though. I've seen Eric on YouTube with the Iron Sheik and stuff like that.
Yeah, so he's got a lot of good,
Yeah.
crazy stuff on there.
Yeah.
He's got a pretty good story to tell.
Okay.
It's pretty amazing.
I'm sure he does. Oh, my God. How many wrestlers has he worked with over the decades?
Decades.
And
then we've got former WWE talent James Ellsworth and Gilbert in house, right?
I love Gilbert.
So we should have a live studio audience here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then they'll be at the dais being interviewed by us. And then after that, we have a virtual signing with Gilbert and Ellsworth. So the fans who are unable to purchase tickets can go online during this and have your stuff, ask Gilbert and Ellsworth some questions and get stuff signed.
For the wrestling fans who live locally, this really is a treat. I mean, to be honest, sure, you could go to a show at some place and be packed in together like sardines. At least that was the deal before the COVID. And there's nothing wrong with that. You could stand in a line and be shoved aside after you get your autograph. And, hey, say, have a nice day. Security makes you feel impersonal.
Right.
Or you could spend even less money than you would when driving all the way to a place like that. Come to a studio, have a nice, warm, intimate atmosphere, and enjoy a show. An actual show, and we'll make you laugh, and you'll learn something new about the wrestlers. It's a wonderful experience. So we really hope to see the people come down and check it out.
And I got to personally thank Indie Music TV because, again, the origins of our show. In the short time we've been doing it, which is like maybe a little over 2 years.
It's honestly been like a blink, but go on.
Right?
Yeah.
The capabilities were limited at some of these other studios, not putting those studios down, but Indie Music TV has given us such a great opportunity.
There's more room to swim in the pool here, and that's if you want to use Pharaoh analogy.
Yeah, sure.
You know, I feel like, you know, the art, there's a lot more space for it to do things and try things, and that's great. That's great. And we deserve that. We worked hard to get to that point, so onward we go.
Well, I appreciate having a partner like that.
You
so,
too, man. What are you
it's
kidding?
a big deal.
Absolutely. No fake elbows, please.
Later on in August, we've got Al Snow with Doink and Dink.
Can I do this once?
Yes, you can.
What does everybody want?
Head.
Thank you. Thank you. I love Al Snow, by the way.
Dude, by the way, that guy's jacked up.
Al Snow is huge. Is he still huge?
Oh, he's in really good shape.
Last time I saw him, I was like, oh my God, this guy's defying logic.
So Snow, and so we have 2 separate interviews there.
Yeah.
And then another virtual signing, ESS Promotions, right?
Right,
You know
of
what's
course.
East's biggest
There's no
pro
PS
wrestling
with
agent,
ES.
right?
Yes.
We'll be doing virtual signings out of this studio.
Yeah.
And then time to mark out.
Oh.
And we have former WWE champion Bob Backlund in studio. You know, tell the fans out there what we've always talked about since the beginning, right? That when this show was a tiny little embryo.
Mm-hmm. Dude, when we were tiny little embryos,
Right.
Bob Backlund was the core and the center of our wrestling universe. When we both first truly fell in
Core
love
of our hatred.
with
Get it
professional.
straight, core of
You
our
know what
hatred.
though? You know what though? I always took him seriously, super seriously, because of his athletic background, and you kind of knew he was better than most of them. No, not necessarily our Valentines and our Moroccos, but I got to be honest. When he did lose to the Sheik, after wanting him to lose to a Valentine or a Morocco all those years, come on. When he lost to the Sheik, I was shocked, but I was also actually irritated because I didn't think Sheik was good enough to beat Bob Backlund.
I agree.
This is how I
agree.
felt. Bob Backlund gets the utmost respect from us as far as how we feel about him over the years. Come on, does it get any... You know, honestly, for the folks at home, The Rock, Stone Cold, there's only... Bob Backlund is almost like a Mount Everest for us. Considering where we started watching wrestling, the time period, and this is as big as it comes for us. But we watched him every month for years at the Garden.
Understand that Pharaoh. We've always talked about
yes,
what guests are gonna come in here, and Pharaoh used to say to me, "I don't know if we're the type of show for Bob Backlund."
I still don't.
Right? I'm a little nervous too.
Oh, I'm gonna be on my best behavior.
Did I kick Backlund's ass?
No! Stop it! Stop it! If he hears that, he's going to put you in a chicken wing, and you're going to be crying. It's not going to be good.
I cry.
And by the way, I'm not intervening, because then he'll put me in a chicken wing, and we'll both be crying and tapping out like F the Revival.
I can't believe you say we're crying. That's the hard part.
Dude, that chicken wing hurts.
Anyway, in case you didn't know, everybody out there, to the right of me is the star of the phone of the show, Mr. Jimmy Pharaoh. Jimmy, how are you, bud?
Hey, I'm doing just fine.
I want to mention Just Incredible was here last week.
That was just incredible.
Thoughts on that show?
That was just incredible. Great guy. Really like him as a person. I loved his career. You know, I'm a big fat mark for ECW. And that was just a very...
Was that your favorite interview? You seemed really I came out of like, Pharaoh really enjoyed this interview.
I kind of felt like that was a Roger Clemens shutout. You know, things were just grooving.
So
it felt like a good one. You know, it's up there with beats for, like, you know, the Barry Windham one we did, or like, you know, the Stan Hansen or the Zabisco. That just went really well.
Look,
it went really well.
You know me, I'm not big on putting us over, right? I try to let the show speak for itself.
Just saying it went really well.
Well, the one thing I will say is every interview we always seem to catch
try to
a really special moment. And I thought really special moment with PJ, Just Incredible, was when you asked him if he could do it over, would he be a professional wrestler?
Right, yes.
And you know, he basically said no.
My favorite line was when he said, "You can't kill misery." I'm like, wow, that's deep. I was ready to go home and put on War Pigs from Black Sabbath. It's like, man, that's deep.
Here's another thing. You have to stop making fun of Pat Patterson.
Me?
Yes, you.
I need to.
You do.
You are... Why? Why do I have
because
to?
these guys seem to really like Pat Patterson.
Love to throw one match after another.
Hey, Pharaoh, here, ask this question. I wrote it. It's controversial. It's about Pat Sweeney.
Screw you. You're always doing this to me. What are you talking about? Well, are you going to stop making jokes?
I think we have.
You know what sucks?
It's not as fun.
I got to be honest. I mean,
it's not going over like it used to.
It
used to go over.
How do
now
you
it's
know
like
if it's going over
because
or not?
people would be like, "Ah," but now it's like, "No, I really like Pat." It's like, "Whoops."
Oh, you mean with these wrestlers that have been coming in?
Not with us.
So you say we need to book somebody who will laugh at the Patterson jokes?
Yeah,
that's very messed up of you, but okay. Well, that'll be one of the things we ask them
when
we book them.
Let's hand the wrestlers a script.
What?
So then, like when we tell our cheesy jokes, they laugh.
Oh. Ha 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 ha. That would be horrible. It'd be like a laugh track. It
Anyway.
only worked on The Odd Couple.
Look,
Hey, anyway.
getting out of wrestling mode.
Sorry, Pat. We love you.
Buddy the dog is the first dog to test positive for COVID-19 in the U.S. He died yesterday. Thoughts?
What? Where do you come up with this? Okay,
It's news.
it is news. I think that's horrible. What about cats? You know I love my
I couldn't
cats.
find any COVID cats.
And are
This
my
is the first-
saltwater fish in trouble?
This.
What?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, thank you. I try.
What do you really think dogs are catching COVID? Is it going to be this? Is it this bad?
Why not? I mean, don't
Is this
don't
ever
animals
ending,
get
dude?
don't animals get cancers and stuff like that? So sure.
Dude,
why-
this is like a nightmare. It's never
it's
ending.
horrible. You know what's really strange? Pro wrestling of all things tipped me off a few years back when I was watching the New Japan network.
Right.
I noticed that the crowd would wear masks. Now, I don't think at the time, obviously, it was for a COVID situation, but a lot of them would wear masks. And I thought to myself, boy, oh boy, is that a Clockwork Orange future? What's going on over in Japan?
Right.
And now you see it just no matter where you go here. So it's very bizarre.
I think I told you, right? You know, because I fly for work and I go all over the place.
Yeah.
And then I used to go, thank God I live in a country where I don't have to wear a mask. Because people wear masks.
Well, you
I'm
do
playing.
now.
And it's like, oh, my God.
You know what's even weirder? People complimenting each other about their masks. Hey, nice mask.
Hey, man, that mask is hot.
Oy. I don't know, man. It's very bizarre. Every day is Halloween, you know, and people come in and say stupid things if you're in retail or something, like stick them up and they got
Are
a
you ever
mask
worried
on.
that you're going to
That's brilliant.
Are you ever worried you're going to catch this thing?
No.
Why?
I can't live my life that way. I will not live my life that way. I just can't. Am I careful? I try to be. But I'm not going to let it, rule me. I see a lot of people, and I do wear the mask when I'm outside. I do. It is what it is. Do I like it? No. This is totally weird. I don't know if it's going to end for a long, long time.
No, it doesn't seem
the
like it
cynics
is,
feel
man.
like as soon as the election's over, all right, it's all over with now.
Well, that's if
You can all
Biden.
come out
That's
now.
if Biden wins.
Everything's fine. Yeah, right. Depending
If
on
Biden wins,
That's
yeah.
what
If
I'm
Trump
hearing. I
wins,
mean, as
no.
far as right, if Trump
Trump
wins,
will be 4 years.
If
That's
Trump
nonsense.
wins, they up the ante. Hey, Corona, meet Bologna. What? It's a new strain. It's like what?
Corona,
I can't
meet
anymore. I
Bologna.
can't, oh God, who knows what?
And if it could get any worse,
what?
You
Are
try
you
to
gonna
watch
tie in
sports.
pro football?
I have to.
Go ahead.
We're Jet fans.
Just end the season
And-
before it starts. JETS.
And we
Go on.
trade our best player yet again.
Okay.
And you and me had a little bit of back and forth on this because I was friggin'
Yeah, but
pissed
you were
off.
also doing a Pharaoh. You were drinking. You're like, God damn it. You were like an angry chihuahua. It was like, what the hell's going on? You know what? Screw this. It's Gase's fault. You know what? Gase sucks. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Gase might eventually cost Darnold just so we can get him out of here
Just get
because
rid
he
of
didn't bring him
Darnold,
in.
man. Screw that shit.
What I don't like about the Jamal Adams thing, there's a couple of reasons why I'm not so like this is the end of the world. Number one, the position he plays. Yeah, okay. If you haven't heard it before, well, too bad.
Right.
Here's the deal. He's a pass defender. The two greatest pass defenders I can recall over the last several decades are Deion Sanders, your boy. How much did you love Deion Sanders? And we were fortunate enough to have Darrelle Revis on top of his game for years and years and years. Do I think that Jamal Adams is either of these things? Nope. And besides, what did you expect? He called out the owner. He called out the GM. He called out the coach. He called out everybody. And he not only made it all about himself and an extension, even Le'Veon Bell was like, you liar.
Right.
You told me you were going to stay.
Yeah, but dude,
but wait a minute, though. Let me get this in. It's during the COVID. There are people who are not even working right now and praying for help from the government for their next, anything. And here's this guy doing this right now. Bye-bye. You're not a quarterback. You're not a guy who's going to get 20 sacks a year. Bye-bye. Whatever, man.
It's typical Jets, though,
Of
man.
course it is.
It's like we finally
I
get
ain't
a guy.
saying that I'm happy with the organization. What, are you kidding me? I'll never be happy with them. Right. You think it's such a huge loss? What are we going to go from 6-10 to 5-11? What the hell are we talking about here?
Sick of this, dude.
They suck. They've sucked forever.
Anyway, Jimmy and I would like to take a moment to show respect to the
JETS.
people who have lost their lives and the people who are on the front
Oh, my
line
God.
during this time. All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monte The Pharaoh, seen live out of Indie Music TV in Ronkonkoma, New York, every Thursday from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Couple of shout-outs, some people watching, Nero12 on YouTube, says, Monte, show us your biceps. I can't, bro. I'm old, and I refuse to be like Hannibal. So, sorry about that. But
Holy
anyway.
hooded sweatshirt.
But I appreciate the pop. That's not bad. Kevin Gosh out there says Superstar Graham shouldn't have lost to Bob Backlund in 1978.
Yeah, I agree with that. I actually do.
Do you really?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I think Graham should have been allowed to be champion much longer than he was. Sure.
Wow.
Why? Why? Wow. I mean, Backlund deserved to be champion in my mind, but no. I think Graham should have held it a little while
longer. Knowing what you know about Superstar Billy Graham, you think that would have been a smart move to let him hold on to the title?
What's he going to do? He obviously gave it up anyway to Bob. He was going to give it up at some point to somebody. I don't think he was going to pull a Bret Hart. No, you know. I guess they were afraid of his backstage persona, though. That's pretty apparent. Very strong. Very strong. Dude, he was red hot. He was amazing. He was way before others that do it today.
I'm not telling wrestling fans anything they probably don't know, but the Northeast of WWE was built on the good guy champion and rotating the bad guys.
Right.
It's a much easier
was then
business model than having a bad guy champion wrestling good guys.
It was a simple,
you would have had
simple model.
You would have had to turn Scram face at some point. And he was a face in Georgia Championship wrestling.
He was so red hot as a heel, it wasn't getting old. They could have gone at least another half a year with it. He could have been champion for a couple of years,
Monte The Pharaoh could be seen on YouTube, Monte The Pharaoh page, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Anchor, Twitch TV, Monte The Pharaoh page, RTF Sports Network every Friday from 6 to 7 p.m. where their anchor show, Channel 115 every Tuesday on cable from 8:30 to 9 p.m. That's the reduced,
abbreviated.
Thank you.
Reduced.
For early risers, we're on Channel 115 Saturday from 6 a.m. to 6:30, and on Friday morning. That's Friday morning, so that's like a few hours from now.
Right.
1:30 in the morning on Channel 20. You can catch Monte and the Pharaoh every Friday, and I think the show lined up for this week is Aqua Cherry and Andrew Anderson. Right.
Sweet.
All right, man. So it has not been a good time for wrestling, and I think, again, we have a later show in the week, so you've heard this all, but Regis Philbin died at age 88 last Friday. Philbin was best known for his work as host on Live with Regis and Kathy Lee, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, right? And America's Got Talent, which I don't remember for some reason. I don't know why. He's survived by his wife, Joy, and their 4 daughters and grandchildren.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that, bro?
Regis Philbin. Boy, oh boy. Regis Philbin was loved by my mom. I'll tell you that. She loved watching Regis. Obviously, a morning staple for decades. I think he was with Kathy Lee for 25 years, and then he followed it up with Kelly for about 11. Wow, what a run. You. Well, I know this stuff. I don't know why I do, but I do. Regis Philbin was the best at what he did. He was great. And he made it a really long, what was he, 88? Good job, Regis. I don't know what he died from, but
when someone dies at 88, you
that's
kind of feel like
time.
It's like a long time. Like, yeah.
Dude, I'm not going to get anywhere near that number, 88. You think I'm going to be around 36 years from now?
I don't.
Holy cat litter! But somebody changed the pad.
You will be cat litter.
Yeah, someone changed the pad. That's horrible. Yeah, but he was great. He was fantastic. And I actually found him to be very funny.
And he always had
very
wrestlers.
Funny.
He had wrestlers on when wrestling wasn't big.
Was he also not? Yes. Wasn't he also a Yankee fan and a Notre Dame football fan? If I'm not
Regis
mistaken.
Rocked, dude.
Regis kicked butt. Yeah, he was great. Rest in peace, Regis.
Here's another one. Becky, the farmer's daughter, Becky Mullen, better known for her work as Sally, the farmer's daughter in Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, died at the young age. On Monday of age 55.
Oh, that's too.
She died of cancer.
That's too young.
She was diagnosed with the disease in October 2019.
Yeah,
thoughts?
That's rough. I mean, you might be able to tell me more. You were much more of a. Did you actually watch Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling on a regular basis?
I watched it.
I watched it from time to time.
In New York, WPIX. It came on.
PIX?
After...
I thought it was Channel 9 for some stupid reason.
No, it was
okay,
11.
Fine.
Channel 11.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I got that.
You're probably right.
It used to come on. So we used to watch WWE at 12, right?
Yeah.
Right? Was that Channel 9?
That was Channel 9 on Saturday nights at midnight.
No, that's midnight.
Yeah.
But on Saturday in the morning, wasn't it on Channel
that
9? Or?
That might have been a UHF situation.
Okay.
So if you're talking the 80s, then the weekends had Channel 9 at midnight, and
Right.
then Saturdays and Sundays on Channel 67 from Smithtown, UHF station, Channel 67 from Smithtown, had it on Saturdays and Sundays in the afternoon.
So after that, Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling
All-Star
on Channel
Wrestling.
11, right? So All-Star
Okay.
Wrestling, then Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling.
Okay.
We had Hollywood in studio.
Right. Hollywood was one of the bigger names.
She was one of the. Well,
who was the big wrestler? What was her name?
The Hawaiian one. I
She
think, right?
was. That's the
Mount
one.
Fiji. Mount Fiji.
I remember her more than I remember any of them.
Well,
for
you
some
know,
reason.
I sure you know. What's her name? The WWE girl. She was. Come on, help me out here.
Help you out.
I
got. You're the women's wrestling fan. Help you
Victoria
out.
keeps coming to my head. If anyone gets a name,
Right.
but
Right.
whatever.
Wasn't Victoria the one?
No.
Oh, okay. I was taking a guess. How's Bad News Brown?
Unbelievable.
I can't anymore. Oh my God.
Well, anyway, rest in peace.
Oh, that's awful.
Such a young age, man.
Yeah,
Terrible.
that's bad.
And then it gets a little worse.
What? What now?
Cat LaRue, a former wrestler in the NWA and the Jim Crockett promotion,
Jim Croc.
and the AWA, passed away.
Okay.
The passing was first made public by Brittany Brown on
Another
social
young one.
media. It is not known what LaRue passed away from, but PWI Insider is reporting that she was experiencing health issues related to her liver.
Oy.
She was either 50 or 51 years old. LaRue broke into wrestling in 1986 after being trained by Killer Kowalski.
Wow.
Her first big moment came later in the year when she competed in the Battle Royal in the AWA Wrestle Rock, which she was won by Sherry Martel.
Nice.
You remember Wrestle Rock, right?
Yes, I do. I remember there was a lot of empty seats.
Was it really?
Am I thinking about the right one?
I think you're not.
Didn't they play in some giant place that they just absolutely couldn't fill?
Well, you might be right. Now you're saying it.
You know, I mean,
better
the
than
camera
I do.
work was fine, and then they would pan back, and it would be like, "Whoa, guys!" You know?
I remember Wrestle Rock because I think wasn't that Freebirds and the Road Warriors, I think, and then your favorite rock and roll Buck Zumhofe.
And Brad Reingens. What do you mean, my favorite rock and roll Buck Zumhofe? The guy's a total perv. He's my favorite. Thanks a lot, Mike. There you go again. There you go again. Boy, he turned out to be a real Zumhofe.
Well, they say deaths happen in 4, but
What? What now?
Big Slam Vader, a.k.a. Crybaby Waldo, passes away at age 54.
Dude, the 50s are not.
Walt
kind right
McDonald,
now.
better known as Big Slam Vader and Crybaby Waldo, wrestled for a number of territories in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. IPWA and also CZW. CZW, I'm not a big independent guy, as you know.
I've watched some CZW.
CZW for me is...
That's where Moxley came through there.
Right, and The Wrestler, right, was CZW, was it not?
He might have been based on some aspects of CZW.
No, I think they did it like a
Yeah,
show
might,
there, right?
Yeah.
And maybe I'm wrong. I don't
You
know.
know, I mean, Hey, did I tell you Jim Cornette hates The Wrestler?
No, you did not.
Hates that movie.
Get out of here.
Well, because he doesn't think it's an accurate representation of what he considers traditional wrestling. That whole thing with the glass and, you know, when he was wrestling, who was the...
Well, they were showing different forms of wrestling, right?
Right. But
straight old school wrestling,
but to Cornette,
hardcore.
Yeah, I guess Cornette just hates the whole ECW. He blames ECW for poisoning wrestling. He does.
Who do you blame for poisoning wrestling?
Well, if you want to get technical, aspects of ECW, aspects of the Attitude Era, you know, some of Vince Russo's approach in writing and some of Heyman's approach in hardcore absolutely, irreversibly changed the face of how we took a standard pro wrestling program to be. So, yeah, it might have been the beginning of a massive shift in kind of what we see today. You know, instead of storylines, it's almost like a spot fest. You know, whether you're going through a table or you're doing a flip along the lines of a gold medalist gymnast, that seems to be what we got today. Finishers happen in the first match. Did I really not?
What was the first?
I kind of thought I kind of did.
You did, but
very complexly too. But go on.
What was? What was?
Go on. I'll give you a roadmap for the answer. Go on.
What was the spark that turned around? I know what the answer is because I think you've mentioned it before. So
What?
I think you hit it head on. When Stone Cold
Yeah.
started using what? That's when it fell
That
apart.
was definitely part of things that have changed. That's when crowds got so involved that they started to take over shows. So that's another aspect. You know, this is a very complicated answer, quite honestly. A bunch of things contributed to the way we've seen pro wrestling change from when we were
to
kids
me, there's nothing
to
wrong
what
with,
we look
there's
at
nothing
today.
wrong with the hardcore match. There's nothing wrong with all different types of matches.
I love them all. They're fine.
Listen, again, you just had Justin Credible in. He was talking about changing wrestling.
love ECW.
Again, we're going to have Bob Backlund in.
Oh, my God.
Right? We're
That's
huge
as
Backlund
old
guys,
school as it
huge
gets.
Morocco guys.
Right.
Morocco and Backlund, if you watch that match.
I love it.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I don't love it
Why?
anymore.
Because
it's
don't.
bad.
Oh, armbar. I can't watch it anymore. I've aged.
It's
I don't
a
have the
armbar.
same attention span.
Shut up.
I don't get that. I watched
Anyway.
Tony Land and Andre the Giant posture for 10 minutes. I thought it was great. What are you looking at? What are you looking at, Andre?
We'll be right
Fine
back
with me.
after this commercial break.
Yeah, we'll return.
All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monte The Pharaoh, seen every Thursday from 9 to 10 p.m. out of Indie Music TV in Ronkonkoma, New York. More bad news, Pharaoh.
This is bad news?
Excalibur missing from Dynamite last night.
Oh, this is bad news.
After a video resurfaced of racist language.
Okay.
This week's AEW's announced team was Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, and Taz. No mention was made of Excalibur. A video resurfaced as Excalibur was using the N-word. I don't know if you saw the video.
I did not see the video.
Kevin Owens was also featured as one of the old videos, and where he used a racial slur as well.
The same one? The
Yep.
same racial slur? Oh, that's brilliant, Kev.
We
Go
have
on.
heard no word from AEW about the situation. Excalibur's absence is noticeable because of the timing for those old promos appearing online. Thoughts?
Well, I have to be honest. When Excalibur is there, I don't notice him anyway.
You're so right.
Sorry.
Right.
As far as him using the N-word, well, that was pretty moronic. So stay home indefinitely. Whatever. Kevin, that's not good either.
Dude. But here's the problem.
He's a moron.
No.
What?
I'm not defending him, right?
What?
I'm not defending him at all.
Okay.
Okay, big mistake, idiot.
Yeah.
This video is so old.
How old is this
It's
video?
very, very old. Okay, I can't tell you how. Like,
Man, does a leopard change his spots?
all right, but it's wrestling. Clearly, the black wrestler who was part of the gimmick was okay with it.
Hold on. Are you telling me that this was part of a gimmick?
Yeah, it was like Owens and him, and they're
Who
arguing
wrote
with
the
two
angle?
black guys. In
So
the ring.
shouldn't it be
I
who
don't-
wrote
this is
the
an
angle
indie
and put them
show.
up to it?
It was an indie show.
Oh, I'm so confused.
I mean, think
now.
about it. If you ever want to make big time, maybe you shouldn't be dropping
it's
words like
it's
that.
not a good idea.
But, to go along with COVID now we've got the cancel culture idea, right? Where everybody's looking for, when you become rich and famous.
Cancel culture.
Yeah. They'll be looking for you for the mistakes you've made in the hundreds and hundreds of shows.
Of course.
And, God willing,
Right.
you make the big time.
Right.
Someone will pull that video and
Right.
shit all over you, and
Right.
then all of a sudden you'll find yourself in trouble.
Right.
I mean...
Well, in that case, I'll press onward, and if I've made it already, I'll have a lawyer squash your candy ass. How about that? So the next opportunity tries to cash in on what we did with our hard work, of what we're fortunate enough to hopefully experience, like what happened to Matt Riddle recently. He goes to SmackDown, all of a sudden there it is. You know what? Screw that. Screw that. And I'm sure Matt can afford a lawyer to squash that shit real fast. So you know what? I guess
my problem is everybody's got an agenda, right?
Well, of course they do.
Look, you're a Howard Stern guy.
Look, if somebody I don't like makes it, I don't give a shit. That's not my issue. I don't care. Let him. Good for you.
Here's my point on this.
I got nothing
You're a
to
Howard
say.
Stern guy. You've always liked Howard Stern. I have too. He's entertained me for years.
Yeah.
But that guy has used so many racial, like he wore blackface. He's dropped the N-word. But people seem to like Howard.
Right.
So it's like, let's not bother Howard because it's part of his shtick.
Can I ask a weird question? Well, how do people feel about when the Wayans brothers made that movie White Chicks?
I guess
Look, all I'm saying is that it's not right in any kind of form. If that's where we're at right now, and it's not right, then it shouldn't be right in any kind of form, and everybody chill out. That's what I think about it. That's basically how I feel about it, you know? If Excalibur was involved in a wrestling angle, I don't even know if he should be in trouble for this kind of stuff.
Well, we didn't say he was in trouble, right? It just said...
Well, he's not on the show.
Well, they probably said, take a break.
Right.
We don't want the heat.
Right.
You know, you just came off Guevara with his rape comments, right?
Right.
He's back.
Dude, what am I supposed to say when somebody like Al Jolson, one of the biggest stars of the 1920s, has his entire career buried? Because he used to wear the blackface as part of an act. You know, did he really think he was getting one over on a background he didn't approve of? I really doubt that. You know, but at the end of the day, he's done. It's it. You know, so if it can happen to him, Excalibur, who gives a shit?
Well, then
it happened to Al Jolson.
Then you know what? Shut down Tony Khan.
Shut down everybody.
Because Tony Khan...
Everybody's full of shit anybody.
A couple weeks ago, we discussed about Tony Khan saying, Hulk Hogan, you will never work here because you're a racist and your wife is a racist. Well, guess what?
Tony Khan...
Everybody that opens their mouth, Tony Khan, you can't hire. Because you said you're not going to have any... it's just like...
Tony Khan puts babes in bathing suits right after he suspends Sammy Guevara. Check out these boobs.
I mean, how come no one
What are you talking about?
No, except for this show.
Look, if
I didn't hear one person mention that except for us.
Right. Well, if you're going to be that anal, which is where I think we're going in society right now, if we're going to be that anal, let's just go for it.
No, but bro,
let's just go for it.
It
get
makes
it over
you very
with.
defensive, right? I'm defensive,
I'm just
right?
tired.
I don't drop these type of words. But you know what? I was offended the fact that after Guevara talked about raping Sasha Banks, which was an old video on some podcast, I get it. But you use this sensibility of putting women in a bathing suit in an indoor arena.
Right.
And no one says anything. It said they're like, Vince McMahon's the devil.
But that's what I always find so confusing anyway when it comes to movements and stuff like that. Like if you're going to be out there, even as a female, sure, you have the right to show off your attractiveness. But if you are going to sit on a beach chair in your bikini and get paid for it, don't be that surprised if a few guys might need a drool bib. I mean, what do you expect?
You said it a couple of weeks
ago,
right?
What do you expect?
Put the women...
Ow, you pig! Yeah, okay, fine, I'm a pig!
Put the women...
Oink, oink!
Put the women back. Put the women back.
Don't parade yourself!
The fabulous moolah bathing suits. Put them back into those.
No, the granny panties.
No,
what are you talking about?
Because you know what? You know what? You can't go...
Put them in trash bags.
Look.
Like bikini cutout trash bags.
Look.
I can't anymore.
But don't touch.
Look, but don't touch.
But don't taste.
I can't.
Taste, but don't eat.
I'm getting nauseous. I don't want to taste anything.
But
oh my god!
But I mean, come on, you're right. Go all the way. Go all the way.
Yeah. Well, you know what I want? Oh boy! Now,
in fact,
do you realize what you started? You know what I want? From now on at the sporting events, since we're going to be playing songs,
right?
Let's have the national anthem. Let's have the Black Lives Matter anthem. Let's have. But I'm not done. You can't sit down yet. You're not allowed. Because I want songs played for every other country and every other background that's also been through a lot of stuff. So I want who's been through a lot, like Albania, with they've been through a lot of stuff. I want their anthem played. Then I want the anthem for another country that's had it rough for their backgrounds. I want all the we should just stand for 2 hours and play every nationality
and I
song.
say everybody, even the
you
men,
can't sit down. The game doesn't start till you need to shake.
The men and the women both have to be fully covered when they're wrestling. Fully covered.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Wrist all the way. None of this garbage
How about
anymore.
suits versus full dresses?
That's a great idea.
Do they wear high heels? That's not right, though. That's not right. That's
if you're
too
destroy it all.
That's
just
too
destroy
traditionally
it all.
dated. We wouldn't want to do that. We'll let them wear boots with the dresses. What do you think?
Just destroy it all, dude.
Oh, yeah, you might as well.
AEW last night. Did you catch AEW last night?
I saw some of it. I see that you apparently saw all of it. What is going on? Wait a minute. First of all, before we get deep into AEW, can I quickly mention a couple of WWE highlights this past week that I thought were really, really cool? Okay? I enjoyed the bar fight with Sheamus and Jeff Hardy. Don't know if you saw it. Absolutely hilarious. They beat the tar out of each other. Very, very funny
And you're
stuff.
okay with them using the Jeff Hardy angle?
Yeah, because I've seen it before with Jericho and Punk. We've seen this before. This was basically, you're an alcoholic and you're a mess, and I'm gonna rub it in for the next 2 months, you loser. That's what this was. That's what Jericho did to Punk.
You can't. It takes. We're older people.
This was just another old school.
It's
whatever.
harder. It's very hard to offend us. It just is.
Oh, it's almost impossible.
Right?
That's
You got to
true.
really step over a line.
Dude, we were raised on Archie Bunker at the age of 8.
Right.
So of course it's hard to offend us. You know, because there's only one answer to that. You know?
Go ahead.
I mean, come on, being raised on
That's
Archie.
pretty funny, bro.
You know, also, what I thought was really cool, please, let's get this in. Drew McIntyre's title reign is short-lived at this point because Randy Orton has decided he wants the belt. I don't know if you caught Randy this week on Raw, but Randy's at it again with a scorching promo. And I think he's going to be a 14-time world champion, and I actually have no problem with it. So all you Randy Orton haters, once again, ha, 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 you know. The machine rolls on, and he's excellent. And I want to see him win the belt again. And he's going to wrestle Drew at SummerSlam. I think he might just take that belt. So
I don't disagree.
Yeah, I think he's the best thing for business right now. I mean, you don't have Brock wrestling regularly.
Well, we'll get to business because some surprising news came out of WWE. We'll get to it later on. You want to go back to AEW because we don't.
Yeah, sure.
We don't usually give AEW.
No, I
love
see that there's
here,
a lot of
so
love going
thought,
on here.
Now, be honest, fans. I'm a homer. I've always said it.
Homer meaning WWE.
I will tell you though, I do enjoy AEW more than I enjoy NXT.
Okay, that's fair. I can see that. That's fair. They're a little more on the entertainment side, ironically, when you think about it.
It's more my style.
Isn't that weird?
It's more my style.
That the company that likes to say they're the independent side of things is a little more entertaining than NXT because NXT is more pure wrestling. I think that's funny.
It is pretty funny.
You know, but they do have entertainment aspects to them, which the AEW marks don't even acknowledge that they do have a lot of ridiculousness. But go on. What was there that
all right, so
Moxley
and Darby Allin defeated Brian Cage and Starks.
Okay, I'm not doing cartwheels. Was there anything special, or do you just like Moxley as a champion? I think he's done a pretty good job.
It was towards the end of the show.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay. Look, I hate Moxley. I got to be honest with you. I think he's just the drizzling shits, man.
Okay, why? Because of his size? Because
no, he's not a small guy.
I think he's fine. I really do. I'm not a big fan of his. I never was. I liked him in the Shield, but I do think he's fine.
He's what did I used to call him? The like Stone Cold,
Stone Cold Light.
Yeah, Stone Cold Light. Yeah.
I still wish Lesnar had worked with him at that WrestleMania match. I really do. I think that could have been so much better. I don't
They
know.
have a match. I thought
They had a match at WrestleMania, and it was awful.
He squashed him, right?
Well, he wouldn't work with him. He needed to work with him there. That's one of the biggest reasons Dean left. Dean Ambrose became John Moxley because you put in
Lesnar wouldn't work with him?
If you're put into a WrestleMania match, Moxley wanted to make the most of it. This is an opportunity for him, and I understand that part. Lesnar, this is what I understand that Moxley's upset about. Let's be fair. Samoa Joe, a bunch of other guys, AJ Styles, I could go on and on, but Lesnar has respectfully let them get their shots in and has, put them over. Even in his winning those confrontations, what he did with Ambrose was just give him little room to shine at WrestleMania because Ambrose's thing is extreme, and he didn't really get to do that. Lesnar basically shit on that parade, and it was a very underwhelming match. I'm sure people remember it or have forgotten it because it was a very underwhelming match.
Kenny Omega and Hangman Page beat the Dark Order.
I don't like the Dark
What you
Order.
quoted them as the best tag team in wrestling right now.
Yeah, they are. Because they are.
Cody Rhodes wrestled Warhorse.
Really? Did Trigger come up over the hill?
Really? No, but really, what was really important was
go
that
on.
Zack Ryder returned, Matt Cardona.
Yes.
And he made his AEW debut.
Wow.
So you know what I think of when I see that?
What's that?
I go, oh look, it's Matt Cardona. Congratulations.
Really?
That's what I think.
Because when I look at that, I don't even go, it's Matt Cardona. I go, oh, look, it's Zack Ryder.
That too. It's not like it's
am I really?
Nash. It's Hulk Hogan. It's Zack Ryder. It's like why? All right. It's listen. These guys should wrestle. For
what though?
Organizations, but it's not like a shocking thing.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Though. Can I say this for Zack Ryder? Can I at least say this for First of all, Zack Ryder was a good wrestler. Okay.
Right.
He was a good wrestler. What I don't like is people saying that how he got treated in the WWE. Blah blah blah. Well, if I'm not mistaken. He won championships in the WWE.
Yeah,
Didn't he win the U.S. title at WrestleMania?
No, Intercontinental.
Was it the Intercontinental title?
Yeah,
I know it was it a ladder match?
Died. Yep. That's when that belt died.
Okay, I knew that he had
died.
won a fairly important championship at WrestleMania not that long ago.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think it was
fine. Maybe they never.
New Jersey or something.
Yeah, maybe they never launched him into the upper card. But I mean, come on, it's not like he had a bad
Listen,
career.
no, yeah, he had a long career.
They're making it out like oh, he's finally free, and he's going to do what?
Nothing.
He's not going to hold the AEW World Heavyweight Show. What's he going to do?
He's
Here
finally,
comes. You know what he's going to do? He's going to go. I've had enough of Kenny Omega and Adam Page. Here comes my buddy Colt Cabana.
Oh
Colt,
my
Colt,
God.
Colt Cabana. It's like who gives a shit? Dude, whatever, man. Hey, Zack Ryder versus Orange Cassidy, all goosebumpy.
Dude, let me tell you something.
Whatever, man.
Now you mentioned
good wrestler,
okay,
but whatever.
There is no way any
life-changing event in the wrestling landscape.
There's no wrestling fan really thinks Orange Cassidy's any good. Come on, man.
Oh, there's plenty who do.
What the?
Isn't that scary?
Dude, the guy
he's great.
Look, he's athletic.
Pockets.
It's
I like what Cornette calls them.
I'm going to
Pockets.
punch you, and then I'm putting my hands in my pocket. They did a thing yesterday.
It's funny,
in the match.
though. It is funny.
He got picked up to get slammed.
Dude, I heard they were tossing around Marco Stunt.
Oh, my God.
Like a potato, like
That's
a bag
the
of
other thing.
potatoes.
How are you going to have that guy in wrestling?
I don't know. We should have been wrestlers.
You know, folks, this is why we don't cover AEW, because you can't even take it seriously. Orange Cassidy, Marco Stunt. Wait a minute.
Oh, yeah, and your favorite, Luchasaurus.
Luchasaurus should
Roar.
be the WWE.
No, you're doing what?
That guy
Tag
rules.
teaming with The Fiend? I mean, man. Change that channel.
Anyway, someone who should be in the WWE.
Who?
MJF.
Yes.
He accused Moxley of being cosplaying as Stone Cold Steve Austin, which you probably stole from us. You're welcome, MJF.
Don't say that. He'll curse us out. Actually, that'd be good. Go
But
ahead.
it looks like it's going to be MJF against Moxley for the title.
Nice.
So you put that belt around MJF?
Yes, I do.
There's some interest going on there.
Come on, put the belt on him. How great would that be? How do you feel about his sidekick, Wardlow?
I like it.
Wow, that guy's big.
He is big.
Dude, he's like Warlord big.
MJF.
You know?
And Wardrow.
MJF is great.
With
MJF versus Luchasaurus.
We're going to take a quick commercial break.
I quit. Be right back.
All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monte The Pharaoh, seen every Thursday, produced out of Indie Music TV in Ronkonkoma, New York. Pharaoh, according to WrestleVote's Twitter account, the WWE has tried to find a location in the Northeast to hold SummerSlam with limited fans, but no state has shown any interest in allowing them to do so. SummerSlam was originally to be scheduled to take place in Boston, Massachusetts, until the city's mayor banned large gatherings. The WWE has yet to announce a new location for the show. Thoughts?
Ouch. Who's going to take it? There's nothing being done in public now anyway. The major sports can't do it. What, they're going to do it?
It's giving it a shot.
What do you mean give what a shot?
See if someone wanted to take it.
No one's taking live people at sporting events right now. I mean, the NFL's not going to have people. MLB's playing in front of cardboard cutouts.
Are you enjoying that, by the way?
I hate that.
I kind of like it.
It's awful.
You don't feel it doesn't feel like the same game when you just watch it. It looks like the same baseball that you watch with.
You know what's pretty hilarious? Has it happened yet? When they foul a ball off, has it like gone through the head of a cardboard cutout?
That's pretty funny.
Has it happened?
I
hope it does.
It
is high. It is far. It is. Oh, it took his head off. Oh,
that cardboard cutoff's gonna sue.
This is so bad. Oh, it's bad,
dude. This is
can't do it. Yankees look pretty good though so far, right?
So far,
yeah. Garrett Cole earning his money.
Healthy. Helpings of the Baltimore Orioles and
the Miami Marlins are not feeling too good.
No.
What is that, 17 guys on that team?
All right, flip out. Sasha Banks and
Flip
Bailey.
out.
Now they all have all the gold. Thoughts?
I like that. I think that's pretty cool. Didn't she win the belt by countout, though?
Yes.
Did I see that right?
So
yeah, that was cool.
Kairi Sane, right, got attacked by Bailey.
Is she leaving the company or
She's
something?
leaving.
Where's she going?
But the one thing I didn't like, it was Bailey was beating her up, but it wasn't like she was like killing her.
Right.
They need to do something like that, you know,
dude,
that Asuka really has to run out and help her.
Dude, either they don't hit hard enough or they hit too hard like Nia. And when I'm watching Nia hit somebody, I'm like, not so hard. Don't freaking hurt them, you idiot. I feel like that every time I see
tell
Nia.
you, though, Sasha Banks can wrestle, man. She is
no kidding.
Great.
Where you been?
Yeah, but a couple of years ago, we were talking about how she was hurting people. She was hurting herself.
Hurting people?
She was trying too hard. She was diving through ropes.
She was hurting herself.
Yeah.
That I do remember. She was launching herself like a lawn dart. She kept like busting her head up. Yeah, neck.
Well,
I think it's great.
There's one person not happy with Sasha Banks and
What?
Bailey having all the titles, and that brings us to my favorite part of the show.
Here we go.
The most annoying wrestling expert.
Are they screaming yet? Are they complaining?
All right.
Are they done?
All right. Amber Moon tweeted, "Why do we need double champions? Is SummerSlam going to be like low-key Evolution with Sasha Banks and Bailey wrestling for their singles titles and also tag teams? Is that the thing? Are we just reliving Triple H and Steve Austin two-man power trip from 2001? Sasha and Bailey have done a great job with limited roster, but there are too many people sitting at their home to tie up titles with two people. I was kind of upset. The match was superb. I don't like the fact that knowing it was Kairi Zane's last appearance, and I don't know that's the way to go." Thoughts?
Well, sounds to me like she's a little bit bitter. Are you sensing any bitterness in that statement? Because I'm sensing that. I have bad news for Nia Jax. Sasha Banks and Bailey.
Well, this was Ember Moon.
You know, why am I thinking of Nia though during all of this? I'm still stuck on Nia. Ember Moon said this. Okay, let's reboot then. You know what? The song remains the same. Ember Moon will never be what Sasha Banks and Bailey have already contributed to this business for years now. Sasha Banks and Bailey in Brooklyn several years back are the reason why Evolution ever even became a seed in the head of the creative at WWE. It's true, Ronda came and put everything over the top on a commercial level, but the seed was planted in Brooklyn that night, and I know that there's some people who remember that match. When Bailey and Sasha Banks had that match on an NXT pay-per-view before they came up here, they built a foundation that the girls are now enjoying today. They deserve to hold all the belts. They have become excellent together as a team. Bailey is no longer laughable, true or false, since she became a heel.
Much better heel. She's
excellent. Okay, they earned it. For those who are sitting at home, and true, there are some sitting at home, all right, but Sasha Banks and Bailey have earned every last bit of where they are on this card right now.
Do you remember that nerd that used to live in Mommy's basement that used to come visit the show every so often? Didn't he say that he was out there and he was in tears watching that match?
Well, that was a
tears.
Well, I won't go that far, but I won't go that far.
Imagine
oh my
crying.
God! Look at that flying elbow.
Top row.
Do you see that?
This match, I haven't saw. I gotta cry.
See that Hurricane Rana? Oh my God! Get me the Kleenex. No, it wasn't. Wait a minute. No, it wasn't anything like that.
What a match! Oh my God, this is perfection at its best.
I want to sit in the Pharaoh's chair. I want to sit in the Pharaoh's chair. I want to sit.
So basically, you're telling Ember Moon to shut up?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, we want to thank Ember Moon for her input.
Thank you.
Thank you for the.
Yeah, here comes a moonsault.
Keith Lee relinquished the NXT North American Championship last week. William Regal announced that a ladder match at TakeOver 30 will determine the new champion.
Where's that going to be held at? Revolution in Amityville? They can't get a live arena anywhere. Where's this going to be held? Live from Bennigan's! It's like, what the fuck?
It's going to be the same place, dude. Come on.
This is awful. Dude, I can't take it anymore either with the 30 people with masks on their face. And here was the best part. Did you catch the heckler this week? No. I wonder if Vince yelled at this one person afterwards because you know he's got all those plans.
These are trainings.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So there's this one guy, right? And Randy Orton's like, you want to know why I've had enough? And the guy goes, we don't care! I'm like, who's the loud heckler? I was like, he was like yelling stuff like, I hope you die. I'm like,
it's
what?
probably Vince going like this. You can make yourself as a fan. Make yourself stand out.
Dude, it's awful. I hate it. I hate the way sports is right now. I hate it.
Bro, Karrion Kross.
What?
Challenges Lee.
Oh, I know how you feel about that.
Dude, how awesome is that guy?
And he better win, because if he doesn't win, I hate NXT.
Is he gonna
You've
win?
got all your... No, he's not. He can't. Keith Lee just won the belt. And he had both belts. And you think that Keith Lee is going to give up the belt already?
Cross has got the manager, the hot manager.
I can't see Keith Lee, unless they intend to quickly somehow bring Keith Lee up to the big program or have a stalemate and quickly bring up Karrion Kross. I cannot see Keith Lee dropping this belt already.
Bring these guys up right now. It's like, why
That's
would
true.
you bring them up?
Bringing them up.
You're bringing them to nowhere.
Oh my God! Burger King is going wild. A packed arena at the drive-thru.
Listen, dude, I got to tell you,
there's nobody in this thing.
Karrion Kross, I'm totally into the guy.
I know you are.
I friggin' love the guy.
I know you are. He's perfect for you. He's big, he's juicy, and he's got the hot manager. He's
Well, with that, we're going to take a quick commercial break.
We shall return.
Welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monte The Pharaoh, seen every Thursday from 9 to 10 p.m. out of Indie Music TV. We're not really an interactive show. Later on, we are on our social media, but I will mention there's a person out there, Scarface Kane.
Yeah, go ahead.
He has this to say to you.
Oh. Yeah.
At least AEW doesn't shy away from being called a wrestling company compared to the WWE, an entertainment sports company. Marco Stunt should be a manager.
That's interesting. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. I would. Wait a minute. Can Marco Stunt even talk? Have we ever even heard him?
No.
And is there really any big secret that Vince McMahon doesn't refer to wrestling? He's more hell-bent on the entertainment? What part of this...
You just said AEW's more entertaining.
I find that ironic.
Than NXT.
Yeah, so what's the deal with the history lesson?
Here's
The bottom line is Vince has been supplying more entertainment than wrestling for decades now. So what are you telling me? You're not telling me anything new.
The problem with AEW is this.
It's not new.
It's
no kidding.
It's around Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, to me is Cody Rhodes. Like, I'm not
I
running
like
to go
Cody.
see Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I like Cody though.
But Jericho is the entertainment of that show.
He is. He's definitely entertaining.
He's when
great.
he goes,
yeah.
so does AEW.
What are they going to do without Jericho?
That's what I'm saying. Without Jericho, what are you going to do?
Right.
You're
Who's
right.
as entertaining as him? Who's going to fill that void?
I will tell you one of the best things
know.
I ever saw, though, was Sammy Guevara singing
Sammy Guevara.
Judas. When he was coming out. I
Dude,
did
Sammy
enjoy
Guevara makes that whole clique work.
He's very good.
You know what? I mean, we hated him at first, but you know what? He's very effectively irritating. What a little pain in the ass he is. He's good.
Charlotte Flair had surgery, but rumor has it there's lots of interest from Hollywood about Charlotte Flair.
Well, what did she have surgery on? Do you even know? I don't know what's wrong with her.
What I understand.
Okay, what would Hollywood do with her? What are they talking about? Action movies or something?
The next Rock.
The next Rock.
Yeah.
You really think that she could be the next? I don't think so.
I'm asking you. Can she be the next Rock?
I don't know what roles would be good for her. I'm trying to figure that out as I think about this. Is she that great on... I guess she is great on promos. What
She's
the...
hot. Do you find her attractive?
Sometimes, I guess. She's okay. She's not Mandy Rose.
Let's measure this.
What? Don't do what? Go on.
Charlotte Flair or Velvet McIntyre?
You're a douche. Look at those toes. Nah, that's Charlotte. Charlotte wins that one. You got anything else
Charlotte
silly
Flair
for me?
or Selena Vega?
Selena Vega.
Selena Vega or Bayley?
Selena Vega.
Selena Vega or Sasha Banks?
Selena Vega.
Selena Vega
It's
or...
a landslide for Selena Vega.
Mandy Rose.
Selena Vega.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Go on.
Wow.
Latin, baby. Go on.
I can't go any further than that, dude. I went to the top
Selena
girl.
Vega's outstanding. And she's with Aleister Black. who's being written off TV, by the way.
Well, by the way,
what do you think about that?
Well,
Alistair Black's being written off.
I think
from what I
Alistair
heard.
Black should have went on a YouTube channel and go have coffee and do his laundry.
What did he do?
The guy, because
Wait a minute.
the guy's
When
like
he
the Undertaker, and
when-
he has a YouTube channel. Hey, let's go and have Applebee's, honey. Okay, let's go.
I only have one question.
This isn't the Miz.
When he started the dryer, did he kick the button? Because that's all he does is kick. Did he kick the button to start it?
That's pretty funny.
Oh, look, it's spinning, honey, it's spinning. Get off YouTube! You're supposed to be the next Undertaker! That's great. The Undertaker goes through Wendy's. I'll have a number 5.
This is a problem with wrestling. Like, they should tell certain people, don't go on social media.
Yeah, and doesn't it just kill everything, though? You know, like back in the day, it was funny how Vince McMahon would murder the Iron Sheik and a Hacksaw if they were caught with coke in the same car, because one's a face and one's a heel.
God forbid you get caught with coke in a car.
Yeah, you know, nowadays it's just like, go at it on Twitter. And, dude, it sucks now, man. I'm sorry, man. You know, they don't know what they're missing from back in the days. We know what they're missing, but the audience today doesn't probably fully understand unless you experience back in the day.
Once audiences return to WWE plans to honor Stone Cold Steve Austin with something like they did for Triple H's 25th anniversary.
What? What?
When audiences return.
Gonna have a podcast. I'm gonna take the set from Monte and the Pharaoh. What? I'm gonna take the chairs and the tablecloth. Son of a bitch. What?
Oh my God!
I'm one engaging son of a bitch. What?
Way to go!
Well, hold on a second.
All right.
So, what do you feel about that? I think Stone Cold Steve Austin. By the way, he's in my top 3 for a guy I just was imitating. I love him. That's
Again,
cool.
it's like, okay, when audiences return, who the hell knows when that's
right.
Be?
Well, they should hold this at a Taco Bell in Comac because that parking lot's pretty big. What's the problem? They brought in extra lighting. They could bring in extra lighting.
Dude, you're talking like
what?
I
don't think there's ever going to be live crowds again. That's how I'm talking.
Yeah, I know.
Because I don't believe it. Unless
agree.
the election, it was like, okay, we won. Everything's gone. Everything's fine. And we love China too now.
That may happen.
Hey, you know, we're having another Woodstock. Want some acid?
Corona, what's that? Never heard of it.
It's a place in Queens, and it's not doing very well.
WWE's reported that 2,000 just came out today. You ready for this?
Oh, fresh news from Mike Monty.
All these Vince haters.
This is WWE Financial Report.
2020 second quarter financial results.
That's a lot of money.
Revenues decreased 17% to $223.4 million from $268 million to the prior year quarterly.
$45 million.
This was due to decreased sales in tickets and merchandises that resulted in cancellations, postponements, and relocation of live events due to public health concerns related to COVID-19 outbreak.
Right.
This is a quote from Mr. McMahon. Our second quarter financial performance was strong and demonstrated our ability to respond to challenges posed by COVID-19.
What? It was $45 million.
So what do you think?
That's a strange response. I thought the numbers that you're telling me that they lost $45 million.
We continue to adapt our business to a changing environment, focusing on the development of new content for global distribution platforms and increasing audiences' engagement, drive growth, and value to our shareholders.
These are really fancy words for we lost $45 million. Doesn't it seem? I'm stuck on the number. What, Mike Monty wouldn't be stuck on the number? Oh, but Mike, it's a positive outlook as we work forward to attaining our logistical
What
goals.
do you want these? What do you want
societal
people to
impact
do?
and financial return. What happened?
What do you want people to do?
What do I want them to do?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want them to go out and drive into buttfuck Buffalo to go see Bink the Buffalo. Oh, I heard he's going to sign. I'm going to drive all the way there and spend $50.
Bringing up Lesnar.
Yeah.
Lesnar come back, give him the title, or you think it's all Randy Orton?
He comes back and they just give it to him. It's good to see you, Brock. Here you go.
Well, you got to blame McIntyre for this whole mess.
Well, you know what's kind of nice about it? I think it would be interesting. You could re-explore when Lesnar beat Randy into a bloody pulp back at that SummerSlam that we all remember, because I do feel Orton's going to take the belt from McIntyre, and you're heading towards WrestleMania live at Houlihan's. And you'll have Lesnar and Randy possibly.
Well, I want to give a shout out to Kevin Nash. I want to give a shout out to Kevin Nash. You are no longer the worst heavyweight champion in the history of the WWE. Drew McIntyre is the worst drawing champion ever. I know that was hard to beat. No, it is fair. He's drawn nobody.
How can he draw anybody? There's nobody coming. You didn't draw anybody.
Since he's won the belt, he has not brought one fan into the arena.
Yeah, but there's a lot of things factoring in.
He has not brought one fan into the arena.
Are you
not
telling
one
me,
person has purchased a ticket.
Are you telling me this is like a
champion.
Sheamus title reign? Is that what you're telling me?
No, Sheamus actually had fans.
Well, that was back when fans could sit in the audience.
Sorry. Guilty by association.
True.
Drew McIntyre is the worst champion.
Oh,
in
yeah, well,
history
look on
of
the bright spot. The Fiend came out of the swamp for the swamp match, so we got the Fiend back now.
Oh, great.
That's some of the worst writing ever, by the way.
Oh, my God. Monte the Pharaoh's changing our format. We're going to do what? We're going to do public service announcements.
We are? Oy.
Listen, here's a question for you.
What?
Where's Lars Sullivan?
He's contemplating living. I don't know what happened to Lars Sullivan. Basically, behind the scenes, I heard he had a nervous breakdown, and he couldn't handle anything. And then he ran his mouth and said crazy shit. And apparently he does gay porn. And there was all this other stuff, and Vince McMahon was like, does anybody got a toilet? And he stuffed him in there and he flushed it.
But
That's
where
the
is
end.
he?
Hey, he's been flushed.
He
by
hasn't been
Vince.
let go. He's still part of the company.
If you listen closely.
You think he's eating
Vince
a
flushed
$5?
him. He's done.
Is he eating a $5 footlong right now?
It's a $5 footlong. He probably eats several. He's a big guy. He was a big guy.
He is a big guy.
Yeah. Maybe he needs 2 toilets too, like Andre.
You think he's going to come back?
To do what? Have another meltdown? People! He's like the monster from the Bugs Bunny cartoon.
I hear you monsters lead such interesting lives.
Where do you come
Now,
up with this
let's
stuff,
dip a
dude?
little hands in the
I
water.
haven't seen this.
People! That was ridiculous.
Oh, my God.
That's what he reminds me of. He had people phobia. How could he can't
don't know.
perform?
Dude,
He's
I
done.
haven't seen that cartoon in like 40 years.
That was one of the greatest
What was that
ones
guy? The
ever.
orange guy. That was like
It
orange
was the
guy.
monster, and he wore tennis
his name,
sneakers. I don't remember.
Gurgaman or
I
something?
don't remember. I just remember him doing Bugs. Bugs was doing his nails. He was giving him a manicure.
All right, anyway. Next
That's one
weekend's
of the
a
greatest
big,
scenes
great,
ever.
big
All right.
weekend for Monte the Pharaoh. Of course, we have our regular show on Thursday. But then on Saturday, August 8th, we've got super agent Mr. Eric Sims in studio for an interview with Monte and the Pharaoh.
Nice.
Are we going to bury Sims?
Translation: Are you going to bury Sims and leave me squirming, feeling awkward? I don't know. Are you?
Is it going to be? Are we going to throw him a fluff, or are we going to rip
What
him
is
up?
your fluff?
You know, like softball questions. Like,
Oh,
you know.
we're going to throw him softball questions. I'm sure he'll answer whatever he can, and whatever he can't, he'll probably try to make a joke or something. I don't know. You're the one who's probably going to come up with like penile questions or something. So, Eric, I mean, please. I have no idea, but I know this much. He's been doing this a very long time. I'm sure he's got some good stories.
It's going to be great.
You know?
And, I got to tell
Come
you,
on now.
Sims has got quite the following. A couple of people from
Not surprised.
overseas are excited for this interview.
Why
They've
not?
Reached out.
Why not?
I didn't know he had to reach overseas.
I'm not surprised at all. I mean, how many wrestlers has he represented over the years?
But it's just like you're amazed that, the guy's got such a great following. Look,
I'm not surprised. He's worked hard and he hasn't been doing it for a week. He's been doing it for a long time. He knows what he's doing.
And then right after that, in front of a live studio audience, we have former WWE superstars James Ellsworth and Gilbert.
I'm gonna go nuts. I love Gilbert.
Dude.
I love Gilbert. Gilbert's
gonna be a
great.
fun time.
Dude, the sparklers, man.
It's going to be a fun time hanging out with the fans.
It should be. And Ellsworth's great too, by the way.
That guy is good,
I
right?
love what he did in that women's first ever Money in the Bank ladder match thing. That was great. He truly won it. So.
And then after that, ESS Promotions will be doing a virtual signing with Gilbert and James Ellsworth. So for the fans who can't make it here live or from out of state or whatever, tune in.
Right.
Get autographs from these two WWE superstars.
Sure.
Enjoy your time. Ask them some questions. It's going to be a great time. And you'll be helping out, right?
I am? What am I doing?
You're going to be with
You
Gilbert.
don't have me cooking wieners, do you?
No, you're with Sims and Gilbert. And,
I'm with Sims and Gilbert.
And
That's
Ellsworth.
quite the combo.
August 29th, we've got Al Snow and Doink and Dink in studio.
What does everybody want?
What about Doink and Dink? You excited for Doink and Dink?
Al Snow will take care of that alone, but that's cool. I mean, I got to go back and watch some Doink matches, but now I'm confused. How much of it am I watching from the late Matt Bourne? How much?
Let's work.
What's the story here?
I was going to ask you. So, Matt Bourne, you considered Doink or no?
Good question. I got to go back and really look at the whole history again. You know what, though? I do know this much. Recently, I saw Bret Hart talking about the Doink the Clown character, and he thought it was excellent. So
really, Bret usually doesn't like those gimmicky.
Bret is
guys,
usually against that kind of stuff, but he was very like, hey, that was great. That was great stuff, and it was over, too. Which I find interesting, because you can't get anything over nowadays.
No, you're right.
Different time period.
Right after that, ESS Promotions will be doing a live virtual signing again on August 29th. You get to sit and get some autographs from Al Snow if you're out of state. Doink and Dink. Should be a fun time.
Nice.
Who is Dink? Is this Sky Lolo? No, Sky Lolo's dead, right?
Sky Lolo's hanging with Bad News Brown, bro.
Little Beaver.
Little Beaver.
Remember Little Beaver?
I thought I saw a movie once called Little Beaver, but that's a whole other story.
You and your dirty mind.
What are you talking about?
September 12th.
It was a nature documentary.
September 12th. Former WWE World Heavyweight Champion 2 times.
I'm sorry.
Bob Backlund
I'm
in
just
studio, man.
I'm just speechless. This is it.
This is the end.
I mean, we could basically
Call it a day after
we could
that.
basically move to Hawaii after this and talk to Morocco. How come you didn't come on a show yet, Donnie? You know? Wow, this is insane. What about when we saw Backlund in Morocco at the Garden? Come on, man.
Well, I'm going to tell you this.
That was
These are
great.
my plans, and I
Okay.
want you to weigh in on this
Oh,
and see if you're okay with this.
I don't know
and
about
Matt,
already.
can
I
you
don't
weigh
know.
on this real quick? Because
Oh.
you got to experience Virgil.
Experience Virgil.
I'm thinking about playing Hit It or Quit It with Bob Backlund.
No, Matt, say no. Say no. Matt?
Hit It or Quit It's a good little...
Oh, but he doesn't know Bob Backlund. You are playing again. Hey, you're being manipulated.
Bob
you
Backlund,
No.
Hit It or Quit It.
No, don't play.
Could you imagine?
that.
Put a picture of Sasha Banks up there. Mr. Backlund answers that.
He's going to go nuts. He's going to say you are an indecent soul. And then he's going to put you in a chicken wing.
You know, one thing that's important, we got to really start reading the dictionary because he's going to be throwing some words at us. You're going to be like,
Oh, I'm
excuse
okay.
me?
I
You'll be all
had
right?
a thesaurus growing up. He ain't going to get anything past me.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm scared.
He's Mike scared. He's thinking back
Anyway,
to finger
don't
painting back in
forget
kindergarten.
this Thursday
What the
live Monte The Pharaoh show, and then this Saturday we've got James Ellsworth and Gilbert in studio. Monte The Pharaoh can be seen on YouTube, the Monte The Pharaoh page, Facebook Live, the Monte The Pharaoh page, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Anchor, Twitch TV, Monte The Pharaoh page, RTF Sports Network. Every Friday from 6 to 7 p.m., and then you can catch us on a rerun at Mondays, I think, from 10 to 11 a.m.
Okay.
So with our anchor show, channel 115 every Tuesday from 8:30 to 9 p.m., and for early risers, Saturday, channel 115, 6 a.m. to 6:30 a.m.
The abbreviated version. Go on.
Abbreviated, thank you. And channel 20 every Friday morning at 1:30 a.m., so that's a couple hours from now.
Mm-hmm.
Any parting words?
Parting words. Well, let's see. Let's just sum things up. The Jets suck.
Right.
Baseball's got cardboard cutouts that I can't wait to see one of them get decapitated.
Right.
AEW is a bunch of WWE retreads basically playing entertainment more than NXT. What else we got? It's been
Drew McIntyre's in the worst champions in the history of professional
See,
wrestling.
that I still think
Right?
that's not fair.
He hasn't drawn one fan.
It's not
I'm
fair.
sorry.
There's nobody coming. Hey, you haven't drawn anybody. There's nobody coming. I don't know, man. You know what, Mike? After a couple of years of doing this, you might be right. Wrestling may be in trouble.
You know what?
It may be in trouble.
Maybe I'm a psychic.
But let's face facts, though. Monty and the Pharaoh's not in trouble. So.
No, we're not.
You know, so sorry.
And again, we like to have fun on the show, but
Sure.
we do want to mention again, rest in peace, Regis Philbin.
Yeah.
Becky Mullen. Cat LaRue. And
that pizza
Walt
I ate for lunch.
McDonald.
Oh, okay.
So, anyway, this
Rough
is
week,
Mike
man.
Monty.
This has been the Pharaoh. We will see you again next week. Later.